Today, I don't really have anything planned to discuss because it is workshop day. But I have already met with two students before class looking over their essay. One of the students was confused as far as like meeting the page requirement, and she did not have a lot of description in her essay. The second student had a lot of description, and it looked like they're doing pretty well. I'm going to have some more meetings after class, so I'm excited to see how those go. I have this worksheet for my students. The worksheet basically asks them 3 questions that I'm kind of looking for. One, after reading the narrative essay, what do you as the reader take away from the essay? Like, what did you learn? 2, based on what you've read, how do you expect the rest of the essay to pan out and why? And then 3, what questions or feedback do you have for the author? I'm basically doing like a speed dating kind of workshop. So they all sit around in a circle and are able to get colored pens. I have a bunch of colored pens for them and just write. So I'm interested to see how that goes. I don't know if I'll be able to have time after class to do a secondary video log until later today, but that's all that I have for now. I gotta go print these worksheets and I gotta go to class. Bye. Peer review went really well, I think. I asked my students at the end of class if it was okay, like what they thought about it, and they seemed to enjoy it a little bit better. Like, just read for 10 minutes, then comment for 5. And sometimes it was quiet, like eerie quiet, like I didn't know what to do. And then one of the things that I noticed is that if a student was absent, because I have 18 students in my class. And at the beginning of the class, when I first walked in, there was only 10 students. Afterwards, another 2 came in, so I had 12. A third came in, and then it made the session odd numbered, so I went to go sit. And then someone else came in, but they didn't have their assignment, and I went, like, they already started reading, and I noticed someone just looking around, and I was like, so I went over, and I'm like, where's your essay, where's your draft? Because it's not fair for you to give her feedback, but she's not giving you feedback. This is the assignment. And I gave him a chance to go get it printed, and he's like, oh, it's on my computer at home. I'm like, I'm sorry, then I have to ask you to leave. And I felt my face getting red because I'd never done this before, and because the rest of the class turned to look at me. And this is a different kind of look at me kind of thing. Like, I know I'm a teacher, but me asking someone to leave because they don't have work had to be done. And it looked like he made some comment on his way out to appear, and he said, all right, I'll see you later, or something like that. And I had to mark him absent. And another person came in, but she had an essay, so I let her go over, but she does not get all 4 peer reviews. She's going to get knocked down a little bit of points. But the fact that she had an essay worked, and it kind of eased the workload for me. And I got to use the rest of the class time to make notes about the announcements and draft an email about the announcements for all of the other students. I met with 2 other students at the end of the class to talk to them about the revision of the essay and to talk to them about essay 2 if they needed to. And that went really well because they got a better understanding of what to do for their essay personally, which helps out. And then I offered up the open time for them to come meet with me again. And I'll check my emails and see if they come in. But that's it for today's teaching log. Hopefully I don't get as many revised essays turned in next week, but that's it. I do need to start working on progression 3. I need to revise a couple of things that will work for their essay. I'm thinking of starting them off with a proposal of what they might want to write about in relation to fairy tales, then the annotated bibliography where they read and summarize, and then a dialogue on how to begin joining the conversation. And for that, I'll use a certain book. But that's it for today's teaching log. I gotta bounce. I'm never gonna say that again. I gotta go do some things, but I'm going to use this peer review technique next time because it worked really well. My students really loved it, which never happens. So that's it for today. Ta!